And I'm like, buddy, you got to put down the weight because you're just using you're using momentum. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, it's hilarious seeing those. Not in a good way, you guys, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
Not in a good way. I mean, drama and effective training, they're not the same things. You can use drama for effect by all means.
Welcome to the Food Freedom Rebellion, where we talk gut health, cravings, stress, and why your body's not the villain in this story. I'm Bonnie.
And I'm Carrie, board certified health coach, best-selling author, former sugar addict, and your official reminder that your symptoms are not a personal failure.
I'm a formerly trained nutritionist, gut health practitioner, and herbalist. I love real food, nervous system science, and explaining what your body's actually doing without all the fear tactics or the bullshit food rules.
And I help women break free from emotional eating and sugar chaos without restriction, shame, or pretending. Just be disciplined is a treatment plan. Together, we help women who care for everyone else reconnect with their bodies, bringing nourishment to food freedom instead of guilt, rules, or burnout.
On this podcast, we cut through the noise.
We call BS on diet culture.
We talk digestion, cravings, mood, stress.
And why your body isn't broken. It's just been wildly misunderstood.
No diets, no extremes,
No, just drink more water and try harder energy.
just science-backed strategies and honest conversations.
For women who want clarity, confidence, and food to stop feeling like a full-time job.
Each week, we break things down into practical shifts that you can actually use.
So if you're done fighting your body,
And ready to work with it. Welcome to the rebellion. Now,
two
let's
minutes
get
and
into it.
59 seconds sounds like nothing. Until you're doing squats, then time loses all meaning.
Yep, you look at that clock expecting the song to be almost over, and somehow only 12 seconds has passed.
Yep. Your legs are like already filed a complaint, your breathing has changed, and your brain has prepared a very persuasive presentation explaining why stopping now would be completely reasonable.
Yep, it has charts, it has supporting documentation, and it would like this meeting to end immediately.
Hey, hey, rebels. Welcome back to the Food Freedom Rebellion podcast. This week, we're looking at what happens after you begin and the work starts feeling harder.
Yeah, our challenge uses the 2-minute 59 version of More Myself by Phoenix and Entheo. There are two versions out there, you guys. Look for the almost 3-minute version. You'll choose one movement and use the song as your timer. And you can continue with the movement you choose, right? Change to a different version, rest, return, stop when continuing is no longer the right decision. Listen to your bodies at all times.
Yeah. What we're paying attention to is how you make those decisions, right? So some people stop the moment and exercise becomes uncomfortable. I mean, this used to be me. I was like, oh, I can feel the burn, I'm done. But then others decide that they must finish whatever they've started, no matter what, even after their form is like jacked up and it's just not working anymore.
Yeah. And neither one tells us whether you made a good decision. The interesting part here is whether you can tell what is actually happening while you're in it.
Yeah. So, this week's challenge, you're going to choose one movement that fits your body today, what you're doing today, what feels good, right? So, it can be chair squats, it can be body weight squats, it could be wall push ups, it could be counter push ups, marching in place, or just a simple movement that you already know how to perform safely. Hear that word safely.
Exactly. You don't need to move to the beat. And I would not make this the day you reach for your heaviest weights. Don't do that. I will come find you. The song provides your time. You control your pace.
Right. So, how should someone structure these 3 minutes?
Well, choose a pace you can control without losing your form. That is, your form is crucial. Okay. We're talking functional movements. Begin with regular repetitions, things that are very easy for you to repeat. And as you need to, pause briefly, reduce your range of motion, or shift and modify your movement in easier versions. So, if you start, like, for instance, you start on the floor with push ups, you might need to move to the counter or to the wall. I mean, 3 minutes is a long time for push ups. And if you're squatting, maybe add a chair. And instead of going all the way down to the chair, make that movement just a little shallower. So you're feeling your thigh muscles, your quads, and your glutes, you're feeling them contract, and then you're releasing it and standing back up. And take a break as needed. Take a break.
And let's not put pressure on ourselves. So, really and truly, if floor push ups are clearly not where you should begin, you know that better than anybody else. Just start at the wall.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't need to begin with the hardest version and wait for it all to fall apart before choosing the version that fits. That's how people get injured. So before you press play, know what your modification will be. It removes one decision when your muscles are very tired and the song suddenly feels like it's not 3 minutes, but it's 6 hours long.
Oh, we know that feeling. Yeah. So the goal is to stay involved with the challenge for the length of the song. So, as Bonnie mentioned, it includes movement, but it could also include, oh wait, I need to modify this because I know I'm not doing this the way it should be done, or it can be a little bit of rest in between.
Yeah, keep enough attention available to pay attention to your breathing, your form, and what you're physically feeling in the moment. And if you have an injury, a medical condition, or you have instructions and guidelines from a qualified healthcare professional that affect your exercise choices, as always, follow those instructions.
Yeah. So, let's talk about what people may notice once that exercise stops feeling easy.
Yeah, your muscles begin to fatigue, which means maintaining the same force or quality of movement becomes harder. Your sense of effort rises, right? Your breathing can become more shallow and heavier, and you might start feeling burning or some shaking inside the muscles. You can
Mm.
take breaks, you guys.
But that's when the thoughts arise.
Yeah, usually with a very strong opinion. And the difficult part is that wanting to stop does not explain why you want to stop.
Mm,
You may be experiencing normal muscular effort. You may be moving too fast, or your form is starting to fall apart, right? A joint that plagues you is might be starting to hurt. And
mm,
you might be getting a little nervous because some of the sensations you're feeling, they're not familiar to you. Or you could be doing the dreaded comparison with somebody else who appears to be doing it better than yourself.
yeah. So that means I want to stop. That's what you're saying in your head, right? That is the beginning of the check in. Just know it isn't automatically the answer.
It's not. It's not. Think of perceived exertion as your sense of how hard the work feels. Okay. It is useful information, but it shouldn't stand alone. And exercise can feel extremely hard while your position remains controlled. But you can also be determined to continue while your technique is getting worse with every
Mm,
repetition.
yeah. So we're looking at effort and what the movement actually feels like and what it looks like.
Yeah. So, questions you should ask: are you able to maintain control? How is your breathing? Are you actually breathing or are you holding your breath? And is the sensation in the muscles you're working, the fact that you're working the muscles, are you feeling sharp pain in a joint? Which one is that? And are you still moving well enough to continue? Do you need a break? Do you need to modify? Does modification give you a better position, a better quality position? Those are the conversations you should be having with yourself.
Mm, so good. All right, everyone, it's myth time. So, myth number one, the hardest version is the best version. And
Mm,
this is, you don't want to be the person in the class taking a modification. Like there's something about moving from the floor to the wall. We're talking about push-ups that it just makes people feel like their workout is officially devoted.
yeah. I mean, I've been a trainer since 2003, and oh, I would love for us to retire this idea, but it's psychology. It's the way
Hmm.
humans think. The version of movement determines the amount and type of work that you're asking your body to handle, right? But if your body's not ready to handle a floor push up, then a wall push up is actually going to give you a better quality workout. It's just providing a different level of a challenge. And for
Mhm.
everybody, it's different. A useful version is the one that gives you the appropriate amount of work while you maintain control, the one that aligns with your body, where your body is and what your body needs.
Yeah, and I love the word appropriate, but it's appropriate. It doesn't mean effortless.
Yes, it doesn't. A wall push up can be extremely challenging for one person and barely register for another. The name of the exercise, the modification of the exercise, it doesn't determine how hard it is for the person doing it.
So, Bonnie, what happens when someone insists on the hardest option anyway?
Well, let's see, stubborn people out there. So sometimes you're going to be able to complete a few reps. You're going to do real well with those few reps. Sometimes the movement becomes so short and minimal that it barely resembles what you're trying to
Mhm.
do. And sometimes, your shoulders collapse, your hips drop, and you start throwing momentum in the exercise, getting rid of all of form and quality, throwing all that out the window, and
Oh.
you're opening yourself up to injury. And I mean, at that point, choosing the harder version, it's actually created more work, not better work.
Yeah, yeah, or it created, like, a really dramatic video or, like, version of that, like Alex
Oh
does.
yeah. Hey Carrie, how many times have you opened the refrigerator hoping dinner would just magically appear?
This week or in my lifetime?
I mean, fair question.
By 5:30, I've already made approximately 7,000 decisions.
The life of a mom. And then someone wanders in and asks, "What's for dinner?" Like there's some innocent bystander, right?
Oh, the audacity.
Oh my gosh. I'm standing in front of the open refrigerator using that little light for emotional support.
Is it helping?
Well, no, not really, but it's the only one in the kitchen not asking me a question.
And honestly, by that point, like, I don't wanna choose dinner. I don't wanna choose a television show, like, I barely want to choose which side of the couch I'm gonna sit on
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the reasons we like Purple Carrot.
because they make the dinner decision before your brain officially closes for business.
Exactly. They have plant-based meal kits when you still have enough energy to participate.
And ready to eat meals for the nights when chopping an onion feels like a personal attack.
Yeah, I mean, some nights I want to cook.
Yeah. Some nights you want credit for removing the packaging.
Yeah, both levels are very valid.
And before someone says, I'm not vegan,
Neither are we.
yeah, I'm not vegan. I'm dinner tired.
Yeah, right. And I'm dairy free and deeply uninterested in reading 16 labels when I'm hungry.
Oh my God, because Hungry Bonnie is known for her patience.
Hungry Bonnie will like her attorney present.
Purple Carrot's meals are plant based, so everything is dairy free.
Yes, this means I get to pick something that sounds good without playing that dairy roulette.
And the meals are actual meals, right? Not a pile of lettuce asking you to, believe in yourself.
Yeah, I mean, nothing against salad, but I refuse to pretend that three leaves and a cucumber are going to carry me through the evening.
Yeah. That salad knows what it did.
It does. Purple Carrot also gives us new meal ideas and flavors without sending us into the grocery store searching for that one ingredient we will use exactly one time.
And then leave it in the cabinet until I move.
Yep, along with the other 11 jars of ambition that are sitting right there.
So if you're stuck in a rut or simply tired of being the only person in the house expected to know what everyone should eat,
Check out Purple Carrot through our link.
choose a meal kit when you're feeling productive
Choose ready to eat when washing a cutting board feels unreasonable.
and stop asking the refrigerator to solve dinner.
Yeah, I mean, it's had years to step up.
Frankly, its performance has been disappointing lately.
Yeah, it has.
And I'm like, buddy, you got to put down the weight because you're just using you're using momentum. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, it's hilarious seeing those. Not in a good way, you guys, don't
Yeah,
worry.
yeah.
Not in a good way. I mean, drama and effective training, they're not the same things. You can use drama for effect by all means, have fun with it. But when we're talking about this challenge and everything else, we want you to be effective. A modification lets you use better range, maintain your position, and actually complete more quality repetitions. It's a productive adjustment. If you don't
Yeah.
like the word modification, productive
Mhm, mhm,
adjustment.
mhm, mhm. So, well, this just cracks me up, like, because I feel like this is an ego thing. So, do you ever have to check your own ego with this? I know you've been doing this for
Oh,
more than 20 years.
yeah, especially after the boys. I mean,
Mm.
experience does not exempt me from this, you guys. It breaks my heart sometimes that I can't just walk into a gym and go into the big boy area, the big girl area,
Yeah.
and just like slap on all the weights and go for it, right? But I have to remember what I used to be able to do as a full time trainer, working in a gym with
Mm,
all those
mhm,
weights all the time,
mhm.
compared to what I do now and how I operate and work now. I mean, the comparison, it is just as bad as you guys comparing yourself to other people. It's there. The difference is I understand that I don't want to hurt
Mhm,
myself
mhm.
and I can
Yeah.
still be very healthy. So,
That's a big one for women, especially if you're returning to exercise and you haven't done it in a while, or you had a baby, or, there's something else, right? And they're not only thinking about the person that's right next to them, they're thinking about what they could do 10 and 20 years ago.
yeah, I mean, maybe you could do floor push-ups. I used to beat people in bars and earn my friends shots all the time. It was great. Maybe you ran races. I used to
Mm,
do half marathons and marathons, and
yeah.
maybe you lifted heavier, like I mentioned. We've all been there, done that. We all have a history. We all have a past. But what we're looking for is today.
Mhm.
No comparison to who you think you're going to be. No comparison to the person that you were or the things that you did. Your life is today. Today's movement does not need to prove that the previous version of you still exists exactly as she was.
Yeah. Which that's why the song, like, fits so well. The song choice for this For Your Time, it's like more myself, not more like who I used to be, who I wish I was, or somebody on a screen that I wanna be like. No.
Yeah. Yeah. Choose the version that lets you participate honestly with the body you brought into the room because you can make that version harder later.
Okay, let's do another myth, shall we? So myth number 2, if I want to stop, I just need to push through. This one This one gets wrapped into motivational language, right? So, oh, your brain quits before your body. Pain is weakness leaving the body. One more rep proves how badly you want it.
Yeah. And I mean, all those lines do is they remove judgment from the situation. And judgment is a good thing in this case. Your brain is part of a system monitoring what is happening. Okay. Does not mean every desire to stop is a medical emergency. I will tell you right now. But it does mean that you should pay attention to warnings. And some should be overruled and some should not. There are some that are imaginary and
Yeah.
some that are really trying to tell you that you're pushing yourself a little too hard.
All right. I love that point. So, what are we looking for during this challenge?
So if your working muscles feel tired, the exercise is difficult. And if you still have control, you may decide to continue. Very healthy decision. If your form is breaking down or you cannot perform another controlled rep, modify or rest. Okay. Literally stop. No head below the heart. Keep your head up. Stop for sharp or increasing pain of any kind. Inside a joint, chest pain, pressure, dizziness, numbness, or something that feels wrong or off, because those are signs that something's not right. Something's not aligning.
What about shaking? I mean, there will probably be some shaking.
Oh, there'll definitely be some shaking. Muscles tremble as they fatigue. But look at the rest of the picture. Are you still able to hold the position? Are you able to control the movement? Are you breathing normally? I mean, a little trembling while you're remaining in control is much different than your arms giving away, your knees collapsing, or your
Mhm.
form completely falling apart.
Yeah.
Shaking is not proof that you are having the greatest workout of your life. It's just one more thing to take notice of.
Yeah. Okay, so what if someone notices they are holding their breath?
Come out of your position, breathe, get some oxygen back in your brain. All right. Most people hold your breath when you're straining, okay, especially during a resistance exercise like what we're talking about. It can contribute to large blood pressure responses. It makes your heart work harder than
Mm.
it needs to, and it causes dizziness. And no offense, but there's no prize for your lips turning purple during a wall sit.
Or really in anything. Like I had a yoga instructor that would always be like, soften your face and breathe. Right.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
and I feel like that rule, breathe, should already be understood. Yet, I mean, here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah. So, what I like about this challenge is that push, modify, or stop, it really does give you three choices because a lot of fitness messages, they give you two. And those are go, keep going, or quit.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, modification, it gets erased from so many conversations, even when it is the most useful choice. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with resting and returning. It is healthy for your body to do that. You can do some controlled squats, breath in as you go down, breath out as you go up, stop, take a few breaths, and then hop back into the song. That's still a completed challenge.
Hmm. So, after more than 20 years of training people, what decision impresses you most?
The person who notices her form is changing and adjusts it without making it some dramatic personal crisis of some sort.
Hmm.
You still keep training and you refuse to allow any modification to stop you from finishing your workout. Being able to adapt, it gives you something that you can use for many, many, many years.
In many different situations.
Hmm.
All right. Last myth. So, myth number three, 3 minutes is too short to matter. So, you might have done this at the beginning. You hear 2 minutes and 59-second challenge, and you immediately dismiss. You're like, yeah, what is 3 minutes going to do?
And 3 minutes isn't a complete fitness program. I get it. It's not going to replace your regularly scheduled program. All right. But it can still serve a purpose.
Yeah. And what can we realistically get from it?
Well, you moved, you practiced the movement, you learned where the exercise became a challenge, and you tested a modification. And you did it within a small enough time frame that beginning didn't require major production. Effectively, you're taking note of where your body is, and you can apply that to your regularly scheduled workouts.
Yes. Yeah. And I think that the point of small enough time frame that really matters, right? Because there are days that I'm like, I don't have an hour. I don't have 30 minutes. That sounds completely impossible. And this is when people are like, oh, I'm just not going to do it then, right? But could you do something for a song? Like that's not much negotiation throughout the day.
No, no. I mean, current physical activity guidance that's out there, it doesn't require movement to occur in like these large blocks of time, right? The guidelines now say an active lifestyle. That
Mm,
means throughout the day. So you could do 5-10 minute blocks, right? It counts to your overall activity.
mm.
And while results aren't promising in some areas when there's these short bouts and they're not repeated consistently, treating one tiny little workout as a miracle solution instead of one tiny little workout in the midst of a bunch of other tiny little workouts throughout your
Yeah.
day,
Yeah.
that's a much different story.
So the honest answer, we're only honest here, is that 3 minutes does have value, but it's only 3 minutes of your day.
Yeah. We don't need to inflate that. I mean, if this is the only movement that you do all week and you don't usually do any movement, it can actually become the equivalent of a complete training plan. It really could. Dismissing it because it's so short, it misses what benefits it could actually offer you.
Yeah. And I like that it can also show someone that starting didn't require, like, we don't need to get into our fancy gym clothes. I don't need to drive anywhere. I don't need to find 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours.
Yeah. And I mean, maybe you enjoy it enough that you repeat it for longer than the week. Maybe you use a second song for another movement. Maybe those 3 minutes help you become more comfortable with squats before you join a class. And
Mm.
maybe the challenge reveals that wall push ups are a great starting point for you. These small sessions give you so much great information and they create a really valid entry point.
Without pretending it completed every fitness goal you have. Like, we know that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 3 minutes doesn't need to be some dramatic success story. Like, it only needs to do one thing, get you moving for 3 minutes.
So, when you do the challenge, let's pay attention to three things. First, what did you physically feel?
Yeah, and be specific. I mean, were your thighs tired? Was it more challenging to breathe? How'd your shoulders do? What about your wrists, your ankles?
Mm,
Specific observations help you decide what to adjust next time.
all right. Second things, when you notice this, what choice did you make?
Yeah. Do you continue with the same movement? Modify? Rest? Come back? Did you stop? What'd you do?
Hmm. And the third, what influenced the choice that you made?
Yeah. I mean, did your form change? Feel any pain, achiness? Did you get a little nervous when your muscles started to shake? That has happened. And were you determined to finish without considering whether the movement was still productive? Hmm?
Yeah. And you don't need to be turning these answers into a personality assessment or a way to poke at everything you didn't do right.
No, absolutely not. All you are literally doing is gathering information from your 3 minute challenge. That's it. It gives you something to work on.
Um, yeah, and let's talk about this isn't just about the timestamp.
Mm-mm. No, I mean, two people can both finish the entire song, make very different decisions along the way, and have very different outcomes. One could seemingly have a great experience and come out and feel like it was the worst thing in their life. And that's feedback, that's information. The other one
Yeah,
who seemed like they were struggling comes out and thinks it was the most amazing thing.
yeah.
It's all feedback. Okay. Remember, finished does not tell us the whole story.
So this week, play the song that Bonnie mentioned. We'll put a link in the show notes. It's More Myself by Fia Nix and Enfio, and choose one movement, right? Use the track that's 2 minutes and 59 seconds as your timer.
Yep. And remember, choose a version of whatever exercise you choose that you can control, that you know you'll modify it before you begin, or maybe you don't need to, but choose something that you know and you understand the form well enough that you can modify if you need to.
And then share it in our community. Tell us what happened. And if you aren't part of the community, the link is also in the show notes. We would love to have you. But share, what movement did you choose? Love to know that. What did you notice? The questions. What did you notice physically? And what choice did you make when the work became difficult?
Yeah, and no comparison, no turning that one song into a final verdict on your fitness abilities, you guys.
The win here, the win is being able to read what's happening, right? Know what's happening, and then make a useful decision while you're in it.
Yeah, and maybe that decision allows you to feel a little more like yourself instead of trying to perform like someone else.
Mm. It's always a win and a decision. Heck yeah. All right, Rebels. We've enjoyed this time with you, and we'll see you next week. That's it for today.
Remember, nothing here is random, and your body is not the problem.
When you're ready to stop guessing and start changing the pattern,
The community is open, and so are our calendars. So take a breath, shoulders down, unclench that jaw.
and if you're one step away from a pantry spiral, your favorite treat, or couch shutdown, reach out first. We've got you. Links are in the show notes, and we will see you next week inside the Food Freedom Rebellion.